I greet you in Jesus' precious name. From Snowy, my horse, and myself. We are so happy. We believe it's going to rain this afternoon, eh, Snowy? And the grass is starting to turn green, and it's a new season. I want to speak to you today about making choices in your life. That's what this life is all about, choices. Do I follow Jesus or do I follow the devil? That's right, because it's one or the other. You can't follow both, and there's no middle area. The most difficult, uncomfortable place to sit is on a barbed wire fence, right? So you've either got to make the right choice or the other one. I'm believing that today you're going to make the right choice. If we go to the Word of God in Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19, this is what the Word says. And there's some man over there who's working very hard on my roof. He's knocking nails into that same house, the one that I built 43 years ago. Okay, he's just putting a few more roofing screws in there. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. The choices you make don't just concern you. They concern your whole family. You say, well, I'm single, I've got no, you have. You've got a mom and a dad, haven't you? You've got brothers and sisters, haven't you? Whatever choice you make is going to affect them as well. So you have to make a choice today. Either it's going to be the right one or the wrong one. You say, Angus, how do you do that? By the Word of God. Now I'm going to tell you a little story that I think is one of the cutest stories I have heard in many a year. And this, I don't know whether it's true or not. I choose to believe that it is. It's a story of a young missionary who went out to a foreign country on the other side of the world. He had been preaching the gospel for 2 years, taking care of the poor and the needy, teaching them how to grow food, etc. And he got lonely. So he wrote back home, and a young girl started to write letters to him, and he started writing back to her. And they started writing regularly. No photographs in those days, so he didn't know what she looked like. After a couple of years of writing to each other, they fell in love. That's right, it's very possible. One spirit to another. And he proposed to her in one of the letters, and she accepted. And he said, I'm coming back to marry you. They made the date. And he got on that big ship and he sailed all the way back to his home. He got on a train, one of those old steam trains, and he went towards his hometown. She was waiting for him on the platform. The platform was full of people. You know what people are like? Somebody's coming home on the train. There were people all over the place. He was stretched out from that carriage trying to find this girl. Now she had told him, and this is very important, you will recognize me. I will have a green dress, and I will have a red rose in my hand. So that's who he was looking for. He got out the train, and he's running along the platform, and he's looking around, and there in the distance he sees a woman standing in a green dress and a bright red rose. As he gets closer to her, he sees that this is a middle-aged woman. And she's actually quite large, and her dress is very scruffy, and she doesn't look smart at all. And he is devastated. But he had made a promise to her. He had made a choice. He said, I'm going to marry you. Now, he could have just walked past her because she didn't know what he looked like, and he could have carried on with his life. But he didn't. He kept his promise because he made a choice. He walked up to her and he greeted her, and she said, no, it's not me. You see that young girl? There was a beautiful young girl with long braided hair. You see that young girl over there? She asked me to hold this rose for her. And with that, the young girl ran over, and they were in each other's arms, and they got married. A choice to make. You have to make the right choice. Until next time, goodbye.